Hi, this is Dr. Jeff Hanna at Atlas Chiropractic in North Lakes, Brisbane. And today what I want to show you is the very unique type of x-ray that we take here at Atlas Health and what it is we're actually looking at that's so important. Now it's a bit of a mouthful, but what we do, it's called a Blair Protracto X-ray. Now, this is not something that they do at any of the routine radiology facilities, either in Queensland, rest of Australia, anything like that. And in fact, most chiropractors don't even do this view. We're not looking for broken bones. We're not looking for tumors or cancers or abnormal growths, anything like that. What we need to find out first is what your normal bone structure is. Every single person is different and unique. And in fact, we need to even know the difference between what's on the left side and the right side of your body. Because if we don't know what your normal is, there is no way that we can know what abnormal is, what we actually need to adjust, and how to do it. Now, if I was to show you guys the pictures here, unless you've studied radiology, you're probably not going to have a too good idea of what you're looking at. So what I want to do is illustrate this poster right here. This is the unique view that we are trying to see. So you can see we've got a back oblique view of the head, of the base of the skull, and of the C1 vertebra with the rest of the spine right here with a blown up version of the brainstem. Now, I don't care if a joint is in your neck, your low back, or your little toe. When you're in a neutral position, it should line up properly like this. And if you take an x-ray and you can measure up exactly what is the normal alignment of that joint, it should look like this, with the two surfaces in correct and proper apposition apart from each other. As it relates to the base of the skull and the atlas, or what's oftentimes called the craniocervical junction, if the joints are properly lined up, we would expect that there is normal tension on the brainstem and on the spinal cord, which actually descends. It's not just up in the skull, it actually descends down to about the level of C2, which is the big bump that you'll feel on the back of your neck up at the top. But it also means that the fluid which circulates in and around your central nervous system is going to be flowing the way that it should. Now the problem is, if because of an injury, the joint, it's just a little bit more than misaligned, but it's subluxated to the degree which your body in a neutral position is not going to pull it back in. So for example, instead of your posture being straight ahead, the head might be tilted to one side with the shoulder elevated just a little bit. And then when we take that kind of an x-ray, if this is what your brain is perceiving as a normal position, we're going to find something that looks like this, where the joint is not in proper position. It's either shifted this way or it's shifted this way. And when we see that, the implication is that the tension on the brainstem and on the spinal cord is actually significantly increased, which is going to change the way that fluids are going to be flowing to and from the brain, but it's also going to affect the way that the brain's able to send messages through your spinal cord and through your central nervous system itself. There are very few chiropractors in the world who actually do this kind of work and will look to this degree of specificity and looking at things to understand what is actually going on when you look at a person's own unique bone structure. So I hope that just by taking a little moment to show you this, this is the importance of really what we're trying to see here at Atlas Chiropractic, because when we see this, we know. And we know in black and white, plain as day, exactly what we need to do to help you out the best. Oftentimes, when people have been told, and they've had any number of other tests, that they're not finding anything, we find that, we know that we can help, and there's exactly something that we can do. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little presentation. I'm just going to make that little note because we find this very commonly with people who have had any number of different x-rays, CTs, MRIs, any test that you can think of, and all the tests keep coming back as everybody says it's normal. There is nothing wrong. If this is either yourself or you know somebody who's been told, they've had all of the tests and we can't find anything, I'd like to invite you to the office here to have a little look, because we can see then by adapting things again for yourself if there well and truly is something that can be done to help you out. This is Dr. Jeff at Atlas Chiropractic, restoring the cause of health from above down and inside out.